Hey guys, Sarah here with Chicken and Bulldogs on a kind of a more emotional day for our family. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Sarah. I live in a suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm an urban farmer because I have 3 backyard chickens named Pot Pie, Noodle, and Parmesan. I also have a husband who owns a tractor with a side landscaping business, and our backyard is just a litany of tractor parts. But an emotional day for our family indeed. We lost one of our free-range chickens, Parmesan, yesterday. Now, we do free-range our chickens in our backyard. We used to have 4. We lost 1 due to illness over the summer, and now we were down to 3. And we have had chickens for 2 years, and my husband and I, have agreed that the risk of our chickens getting picked off by a predator or killed somehow or lost offsets the happiness that free-ranging chickens get from just roaming wherever they'd like to. So my husband and I agreed that it was an inevitability that we would probably lose one of our chickens to a predator, or they got lost and they got injured or something like that, and you have to kind of come to terms with that. But you still never are quite prepared for when one of your chickens goes missing. So here it is. So yesterday we were out running a lot of errands, and in between 2 trips we stopped home briefly. We let our dog out to go to the bathroom, and my children, unbeknownst to me, decided to unlock and let the chickens free range. I don't think they realized that we were just taking a break and we were going to leave soon, so they unlocked the chickens, and I didn't know. So we left. We were gone for about an hour and a half or 2 hours, and we got back home, and it's around 6:30, so it's about dark here in October in Minnesota then. I went to go check the mail. It was a Saturday, and all of a sudden I heard my black chicken, Pot Pie, do the warning call, which is like a really loud bark, 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 and it was echoing through the neighborhood. Me and the kids ran in the backyard, and that usually means there's some kind of warning, like an aerial predator or some kind of predator in the vicinity, and the chickens are warning each other. We found my black chicken Pot Pie. We found my gold-colored chicken Noodle, but Parmesan was nowhere to be found. With rapidly deteriorating daylight, my husband and my 2 kids and one of our neighbors combed the houses to the left of us and the right of us, where the chickens are most known to escape our yard and go hang out. We didn't see anything. We had a bucket of chicken scratch. We were shaking it because they were very familiar with what that sound is. Nothing. We heard no noise from her. We didn't hear anything. We didn't see anything. We were out past dark with flashlights. I did not see any sign of a struggle, though. And that's kind of one of the key indicators that maybe another animal has taken off with your chicken, is you'll usually see signs of a struggle, aka a pile of feathers on the ground from when they were trying to fight off the attacker. Nothing. Gone without a trace. I checked underneath the coop. I checked underneath our porch. We even checked in the shed. We lost a chicken last year briefly that went underneath the tractor tiller for 4 days. So we checked there too. She wasn't there. And I had 2 very sad kids going to bed last night. My daughter said to me, "Mom, do you think we're going to find Parmesan in the morning?" And I don't know, sweetie. I certainly hope so. But my husband and I were looking at each other like, the odds of her showing up, pretty slim to nothing here. So a very sad night. Fast forward to this morning. It's about 7:30. The kids and I are awake. I'm making breakfast. And I said, "Why don't you guys go out in the backyard and see if you can find any trace of Parmesan? We have some train tracks that border on the back of our yard." I said, "Why don't you go with Dad and climb over those and see if you can find any signs," thinking that maybe she's deceased on the other side of this train tracks, or there'd be a pile of feathers or some kind of clue as to what happened to her. But then miraculously this morning, my neighbor 2 doors down comes into our backyard holding a very scared and very cold chicken Parmesan. And I was making breakfast, and I heard the kids like hooting and hollering outside, and I ran out and saw my neighbor holding our chicken, and she looks fine. She's just really tired looking and probably scared. So what happened is we think that Parmesan was in our neighbor's yard. It got dark. She lost track of time. Chickens naturally want to head inside at dusk to take shelter for the night. And Parmesan, who is the craziest chicken out of the 3 of them. I mean, she's just batshit crazy. Probably lost track of time with her foraging that she was doing, and decided to hunker down probably under my neighbor's porch for the night, or maybe in a nearby bush elevated up off the ground. My neighbor Lou knew she was missing last night, and this morning went to go check her backyard, and Parmesan came right out at her, or Parmesan showed up on her back porch, and she carried her over. So the kids were crying with happiness. We were so relieved, so thankful, and so lucky, because your odds of a chicken staying out overnight and, you know, not getting discovered by, I don't know, one of the 80 predators we have in our neighborhood, like a coyote, a raccoon, a possum, a hawk, an owl. I mean, the list goes on. And we're just very thankful that we have our chicken Parmesan, and here she is. So we decided to lock all the chickens in the run just to give Parmesan a chance to kind of rest and recoup and eat and drink. We'll let her out here in a little bit. But as you can see, she is just fine and happy to be back with her sisters. Aren't you, sweetie? She's the white one here. Yeah, and she also is my daughter's favorite chicken. And honestly, I kind of felt like, you know, Parmesan wasn't going to be that type of chicken to disappear without a trace. I mean, she is kind of one of the more obnoxious of the 3 chickens. She's very, very goofy, overly friendly, overly food motivated. If anybody of our company comes over, she's immediately in their grill asking them what they have to eat. You know, the people that come over are stunned that she's just so friendly and forthcoming to humans. I always figured, you know, when that chicken did decide to kick the bucket, she'd probably go up and do a purple cloud of smoke with glitter, and Prince would briefly appear and be like this, and then she would be gone, and that would be it. I mean, she's just not the average chicken. She's definitely almost magical, as my daughter would say. So very, very lucky to have her. So if you want to get backyard chickens and you want to free range them, you know, there's some benefits and there's some drawbacks to that. The benefits is that your chickens will have a better quality of life. They're going to be happier with that freedom. They're going to have a more varied diet because they're going to pick and scratch at the earth, and they're going to eat organics and bugs and plants. I mean, the chickens love eating the tomatoes out of my garden. And with that varied diet comes a healthier chicken and healthier eggs for you. But the drawback is that there's risks involved for them, just like an outdoor cat. You know, typically they don't live as long as an indoor cat because there's risk of injury out here. There is risk that one of the million critters around here could take them out. They could get lost. They could get stuck somewhere, run over by a car if they're really that adventurous, or even just kind of, you know, attacked by a neighborhood dog who really doesn't understand what chickens are and how fragile they are. So there's definitely risks with that. Now, if you don't want to free range your chickens, not everybody has a fenced in yard. Not everybody can, and that's totally fine. You know, obviously your chickens, you know, if you have them with an overhead enclosure, you know, they're not going to get attacked by any kind of aerial predators. You know, they're going to be able to be kept really safe in an enclosure. The drawback is the chickens might not be as happy, and you might not get as great of eggs. And there's also a little bit risk of other illnesses when you keep them enclosed with their own waste and things like that. So it's trade-offs. That's all it is. So some things to think about if you are thinking about getting backyard chickens. But I do have to tell you, we got them in 2021 in the COVID area, and they brought a lot of companionship and joy to our lives during a time where our kids really didn't have a whole lot of other kids to play with because of COVID's restrictions. And even though I think only one of the 3 are laying eggs now, because I think they're 2.5, 3 years old now, they still are really funny. They're still vibrant and healthy, and they provide a lot of joy for our family. So I always close with this. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. There's always something going on or going wrong here at C&B. Take care and enjoy your Sunday, guys. Bye.